image transforms. Actually, in this image transforms, we are going to discuss the outline of this image transforms are need for image transform, one-dimensional discrete Fourier transform, two-dimensional discrete Fourier transform. Next one is wash transform, Hadamard transform, Hart transform, slant transform, discrete cosine transform, KL transform, SVD, single valued decomposition transform, Radon transform, and last one is comparison of image transforms. So, however, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Already I mentioned it in previous class, there are 10, of course. And of course, four transforms also we have seen partial at first. So now we have to begin our one-dimensional discrete Fourier transform, post need for image transform. Uh, so now first need for image transform. So just simply image transforms are used to decompose an image or of course in our image processing we are using images. So the need for image transforms is to convert or to decompose an image into the number of another components. That is called as basis images. Basis means for suppose magnitude spectrum, phase spectrum, frequency like this. These are all basis. So definitely we need to convert an image from spatial domain to frequency domain for filtering purpose also. Already we have discussed in frequency domain filtering. So to transform the to operate the frequency operations or filtering operations in frequency domain, image must be converts or image must be transformed into frequency domain. So definitely we need a mathematical tool which we have to transform the image from one domain to another domain, as like our 50 and Z transform, S transform like this. So here there are 10, and based on our applications. Okay, and one more thing, simply in our simple normal notations, the transforms refers to a class of unitary matrices used for representing images. Actually, we are using digital images. So these digital images composed of pixel values. Those pixel values are converted into the number of matrices. That means basis images, dividing into the sub images. Of course, in the matrix notation, it is called as unitary matrices, which are used to represent our image. So the image transforms are generally refers to a unitary matrices and used to represent images. That is the main concept. Next. First of all, we have to observe what are the unitary transforms. What are the unitary transforms for one dimensional? After that, extend to the two dimensional. Then we clarify. Then we can clarify our transforms. How we are going to DFT and how we are going to two dimensional DFT like this. So first of all, we have to observe what is a unitary transform for one dimension. One dimension means let us consider a sequence or a series or a signal. Signal my step. I am considering here my step U of n. Already we are all studied in our signals and digital signal processing. Your unit step is extends 0 less than or equals to n less than or equals to n minus 1. That means there are capital N points are there. So my unit step is extends from 0 to n minus 1. So including 0 pulse also, 0 sample also we have to consider. Okay, for this unit step, signal or sequence, what is my transform? That is, here let us consider, for suppose your constant a in the representation of u is your input sequence, v is output sequence after transformation. Let us consider. So here a is simply your quotients, right? So let us consider the normal notation v equals to a into u. Here u of n, n means spatial in our case or time. Simply let us consider if it is a signal, here consider n is a time sample. And what is k? Frequency sample. So v equals to a into u equals to v of k equals to sigma n equal to 0 to n minus 1, a of k comma n into u of n. We are multiplying each sample with like this. And the frequencies also extends from 0 to definitely n minus 1. So how many samples occurred in time as well as same in the number of samples in in the frequency domains, but the magnitudes are different. Similarly, in the reverse means if you want to get u from v, in that case we use a star. That means conjugate. So in this case, u of n equals to sigma n equal to 0 to n minus 1 a star into a star of k comma n into v of k. Here again we will get our frequency time samples between 0 to n minus 1. So like this here, what is A star? That means a matrix form. These are all coefficients. A of star. That means A star. So here, where A inverse is equals to A star of T. Generally, we know this is called as unitary matrix. We have to form the unitary matrix for this case. Here, basis vectors. What is basis vector? A star K. So A star K is A star of K comma n is extends 0 to n minus 1 whole power transpose. So this type of vectors are called as basis vectors or basis images. If you take image, that is image. If you take signal, basis vectors generally. Next, energy conservation. So already we know what is an energy conservation. So we have to just transform the one signal into another signal only, but we can't destroy. So that is called as conservation of energy. So how the energy is conservation? So the energy will be conserved is like this. Capital V equals to A into U is equals to magnitude of V is definitely equals to magnitude of square U. So with this, and we can also prove like this here. So modulus of V square equals to sigma k equal to 0 to n minus 1. Modulus of V of k whole square equals to, and it is equal to U of star t into A power star t and into A into U. It will get U into U power star t into U. So finally you will get again modulus of square. That means if both are equal. So then we can say that the energy is conserved even though you are converting a signal from one domain to another domain. That is from time domain to frequency domain. Even though the energy is conserved. And one more thing, this is for one dimensional sequence. Okay. Instead of one dimensional, if you take the same that is u of a step signal, but it is two dimensional, that is m and n. Here I can say. So here m and n. For that we are using a separable unitary transform. This type of transformations are called as separable unitary transform. That means my coefficients are a of k comma l of m comma n equals to how many components? How many? So a of k, ak of m into bl of n. That means so ak of m for one dimension, bl of n for second dimension. So as like your previous one, v of k here. So instead of v of k, we are using v of k comma l two times. So two dimension. So here sigma m equal to 0 to n minus 1 and sigma n equal to 0 to n minus 1 and ak of m into u of m comma n into al of n. So this is V and A into union of A into U. Here U is your signal, two-dimensional signal. Of course, image. Two-dimensional means, of course, image into A transpose. So if you know A matrix and U, automatically you can calculate A transpose. And if you multiply like this, you will get V. And similarly, what is U of m comma n? How we are getting U of m comma n? Here actually the small letter change. Here BL, of course. Instead of BL, we are using AL. Here actually we are using BL as per this notation. But to avoid the confusion, I am using same AL. So for AK, AL. AK, AL, separable means. So same, if you use U of m comma n, you want to get back in the spatial domain or time domain. So use conjugate A star and AL star, AK star and AL star, both AK star and AL star. And this expression can be or in the form of matrices. We can represent as like this. So this is forward expression representation for three matrices, and this is reverse for three matrices. What are three matrices here? A is one matrix, that is your coefficients. U is your input. A transpose is another matrices by getting transpose of A. And similarly here also three matrices. Okay. However, separable transforms, by the use of separable transforms, reduces number of multiplications and additions from n power 4 to n power 3. And here also same energy conservation. So what is energy conservation? This is the energy conservation for two dimensional. So as like your previous one, this is for two dimensional. That means the energy in the spatial domain is same as the energy in the frequency domain. There is no change, but only the divide decomposition is happening. Next, and here we are using unitary transforms instead of unitary transforms. How we are going to form the coefficients values as a matrices? For that we use discrete Fourier transform. Discrete Fourier transform, for this discrete Fourier transform is, for suppose again consider there is a one dimension. First of all, one dimension. U of n is my sequence. For this U of n step sequence, what is d of t? Like this, V of k. So that means it is multiplied with your W suffix n power kn. Here capital N is number of sampling points, k and n are integer values. K is for frequency, n is for time. Same here where Wn is given by this exponential component e power minus j 2 pi by capital N. Okay, and not scaled properly to unitary transform. So generally, if you are scaling with your number of samples, so like this, the new notation 1 by square root of n sigma n equal to 0 to n minus 1 u of n into kn in the same formula, but we are scaling or multiplying with the number of points under root. So this is our actual one-dimensional. Already, of course, we have discussed one-dimensional forward Fourier transform, discrete Fourier transform, and this is one-dimensional discrete reverse Fourier transform. So this is k is indicating frequency and n is indicating time. Okay. In single domain, we are using time. In the two-dimensional spatial. Next, for suppose the same expression I am forming in the matrices. That is called as, actually we have our requirement. For suppose f is my Fourier transform. F is my Fourier transform. Let us consider. So what is my Fourier transform? For suppose 1 by square root of n into multiply this coefficients. But your by knowing these component values, we can form our discrete Fourier transform. Okay, for suppose my output is V0. How many samples for n equal to f4? How many samples we will get? Input is 4 samples, output also 4 samples. Okay, V of 0, V of 1, V of 2, V of 3. And n equal to 4 means 1 by 4, square root of 4 means 1 by 2 into, let us consider, multiply. So what is this first component? Definitely, what is n value? Horizontally n, vertically k. For suppose, let us consider. Horizontally n means definitely 0, vertically also k is also 0. So w power 0 means definitely first row and first column. You are getting values are 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. Okay, next. Similarly, what is this component? Your capital N value is 4, but how much we are getting? 1 into 1. N value is 1, K value is also 1. 1 into 1, 1. Okay, but here N value is 2, K value is 1. So how much we are getting? 2. W square. That is here n value is 1, sorry, K value is 1, n value is 3. So 1 into 3 power 3. Like this we are getting remaining values also. This here 0. Like this. Okay. So output side u of 0, sorry, into your first sample value, second sample value, third sample value, and fourth sample value. That is input. So if this input is multiplied with these matrices, you will get output is V of 0, V of 1, V of 2, V of 3. So here this is called as your matrix, DFT matrix. DFT matrix per one dimension. Next, the same is extended to the discrete Fourier transform of two-dimensional. Discrete Fourier transform of two-dimensional. So here, instead of k comma u of m comma n, how many coefficient values? 1 and 2. U of m comma n is your input sequence. Input sequence with the two-dimensional, of course, image. And you are getting two-dimensional frequency or two-dimensional discrete Fourier transform. Okay, this is forward, and in reverse, if you want to get two-dimensional image from Fourier transform, discrete Fourier transform, the same formula, but your conjugate, your coefficient values are with the negative, power of negative, like this. So, and the properties are there again. The properties V equals to F into U into F, since F equals to F transpose. So if you multiply 2 times this U, you will get F, and U equals to F star into V into F star. So however, this is called as vector space notation. And if you want to mention instead of matrices, vectors also we can mention. Vectors means it is having direction and magnitude. So, and another one is separable formula and separable notation, that is 2n one dimensional discrete Fourier transform of the number of multiplications, or how many multiplications are required is capital N into log base to capital N. Okay, just remember this. By remembering this notation is enough. It is enough. These two main formulas. From this we can calculate our matrix. Okay, if you apply the discrete Fourier transform on this image, this is one woman image, whose name is Lena, and if you apply the discrete Fourier two-dimensional discrete Fourier transform on this image, so why it is called as two-dimensional discrete Fourier transform? Since the image is a two-dimensional image. Okay. Next. So by applying this discrete Fourier transform, we are getting two spectrums: magnitude spectrum and phase spectrum. By applying the discrete two-dimensional discrete Fourier transform, magnitude spectrum and phase spectrum, we are getting. Okay. Next, properties of two-dimensional transform. Separability transform. Separability property. So, what is separability property? That means this is forward direction. Okay, and this is reverse direction. So here we are applying initially find out the Fourier transform for one dimensional, and after this multiply with another one. That is called as separability. So separability property also can apply for this discrete Fourier transform, and here initially f of x comma y, and first get capital F of x comma v, after that f of u comma v. Okay, the rows transforms and columns transform. That means first rows, second columns. So at a time, if it is not possible to transform at a time, first transform the rows and after that transform the columns. Finally, you are getting two-dimensional discrete Fourier transform. So this property is called as two-dimensional discrete Fourier transform separability. The same formula, they don't confuse, same formula, but we are separating for rows and columns. Rows is one dimensional, columns is another dimension. That is the only difference. Next, rotation property. So if you are rotating your discrete Fourier transform, that is with an angle theta plus theta naught. So actually theta is horizontal value. If you are providing theta naught, another one definitely changes. The same change in with phi plus theta naught. So f of r is input side, capital F of omega is output side. R is input side rotation, omega is output side rotation with same angle. So the sample image here I am taking, it's a spectrum. Spectrum is like this. If you are providing a rotation, and what is the rotated image? This image is, this is my original image and its spectrum. But figure A is rotated like this, as like figure C, rotated like this. So in this case, your spectrum is also like this, resulting spectrum. It is changes or not, somewhat tilted. So definitely the rotation properties also existed or satisfied for this two-dimensional discrete Fourier transform. Next, circular convolution. Already we know circular convolution, normal convolution. So the circular convolution of discrete Fourier transform is given by like this, f of. So how, what is circular convolution? The convolution must be happen between two signals or two images. Here let us consider there are two spatial images, f of m comma n one image, g of m comma n is another image, of course. Two dimensional signals or otherwise. So the circular convolution is given by like this, f of p comma q and gc of, that is a circular convolution of m minus p comma n minus 1. Here p comma q and m comma n are integers, all you know that. So this is spatial normal representation, and the relation between frequency and spatial is given by the circular convolution of two images in spatial domain is equivalent to the multiplication in frequency domain. And the multiplication in frequency in spatial domain is equals to the circular convolution in the frequency domain. As per the same, this is correlation. Correlation also happened between two images, or also called as autocorrelation. So f of m comma n, this notation is called as correlation or autocorrelation, is given by f star of p comma q into gc of, if by knowing the circular convolution, we can calculate or multiply with f star conjugate. You will get correlation. And here also there is a relation. The correlation of two spatial images is equal to the multiplication of conjugate of your image into another image. Similarly, the product of conjugate of image in spatial domain into another image is equals to the product of two images in frequency domain. So same as like your signal, there is no confusion. Next, this is about discrete Fourier transform of two-dimensional, and next discrete cosine transform. So in discrete cosine transform, simply the capital N point DFT of a real sequence x of n is a complex sequence satisfying the symmetric condition x of k equals to x star of minus k of n. Okay, so there are some redundancy in the DFT with frequency domain representation. So that means we are representing some sample points repeatedly. So that redundancy can be recovered by or reduced by discrete cosine transform. And generally, this matrix is also called as kernel. So the formula, the matrix which we formed by our transform is called as kernel generally. Kernel or expression. So the expression is generally called as kernel or matrices. So here also the kernel or matrix, to form the matrix we need some formula that is called as kernel of discrete Fourier transform. This is for one dimension, that is g of x comma 0 equals to 1 by square root of n. So if it is two dimensional, that is g of x comma u equals to square root of 2 by n into cos of 2x plus 1 into u pi divided by 2n. Here x is coordinate and u is output coordinate and n is number of sample points. So hence, for suppose the transform is given by, this is input side, and c of 0 equals to 1 by square root of n into square x equal to 0 to n minus 1 f of x. So this is forming a discrete cosine transform at 0. At 0. For suppose if you want to form the at some value u coordinate, the transform is given by like this. Same above, square root of 2n into x equal to 0 to n minus 1 f of x into cos 2x plus 1 into u pi divided by n. Simply, so this is the dct for one dimensional at center 0. This is another dct for one dimensional but center at u. This is the only difference. And one more thing, this is for one dimensional. For suppose two dimensional, dct is also orthogonal and therefore it is an inverse kernel. So inverse kernel, how it is getting? For suppose f of x is my input signal. So here f of x is input signal, and your reverse kernel is 1 by square root of n, 1 by square root of n into c0, and this is the another, the center at u. Okay, the same can be extended to the two dimensional. So here two dimensional means two dimensional dct at center 0 0. That means g of x comma y comma 0 0. That is 1 by n, and g of x comma y comma y comma u comma v is, that is your center is changed, your transform center is changed from 0 0 to u comma 0 0 to u comma. Then your formula is also changed 2 by n into how many times? This is x direction and y direction. So x direction for rows, y direction for columns maybe. So then you will get a two-dimensional discrete Fourier cosine transform kernel. Kernel means a matrix. So based on your number of sample points, we can form a matrix for this also. As like your discrete Fourier transform, how we are forming matrix, here also forming matrix. So now here summarize for two-dimensional Fourier transform. So two-dimensional Fourier transform for center at 0, center at u comma. So if you want to form center at 0, the formula will be like this. At u comma v, the formula will be like this. This is for forward. First block is forward. What about second block? Second block is reverse. So that means the image at 0 0, the image at a particular x comma y, right? The same. And one more thing, the formulas are same but interchange only. So instead of f of f comma 0 0, here there is a c of e comma, but here f of x comma. Similarly, this is a c of e comma v, and this is another one, f of x comma. Okay, and what is the reason? This is an orthogonal. It is an orthogonal transform, so it is it's a inverse kernel is also same as forward kernel, but only the change in instead of frequency we are using image spatial, and spatial instead of spatial we are using frequency. So that is the only change like this. And we can also obtain the discrete cosine transform from discrete Fourier transform, since it is extracted from this. If you know the DFT value like this, for suppose let us consider C0 for one dimensional, that is one dimensional discrete cosine transform, and the C this is at 0 and this is at u, particular u, and it is given by the formula like this. But here if you are observing, what is this value? It is like your DFT value. So by knowing the DFT value, and if it is multiplied with e power minus j u pi by 2n, you will get a discrete cosine transform from this formula. Next, properties. Properties are properties of the discrete cosine transform also have three properties. The first one is it is real and orthogonal. That means C equal to the conjugate of C, and the same as C inverse equals to its transpose. So this property is called as orthogonal. If you know the C value, that is discrete cosine transform, then you will calculate conjugate and transpose and check it out. Then both are equal. So it is called as orthogonal. orthogonal and real also. And second one is energy compaction. That means energy compaction means it is transform coding. So like this JPEG, MPEG, already we are using in our image systems to transfer the image from one mail to another mail. We are using this type of JPEG, MPEG, like this. Next, third one, the basic vectors of the discrete cosine transform are the eigenvectors of the symmetric tridiagonal matrix Q and is given by like this. The basis vectors are formed in like this 1 minus alpha, 0, and like this. Same as, so if you observe diagonals, if you are forming a matrix using the above formula, you will get like this, the symmetric. Next one is Wash transform. So Wash transform is generally very easy, and by knowing this one formula like this is the formation of matrix forever. Wash transform. Actually, Wash transform is also having a kernel. So the same kernel is used for either forward and reverse. And here capital N equals to 2 power n. Forward kernel transform of Wash is defined as like this. Wash is he is one of the scientists, and he derived one formula, and he proposed a formula like this. The formula is like this: g of x comma u equals to 1 by capital N pi I equal to 0 to n minus 1 whole power b suffix I. So here bi of z is ith bit in the binary representation of z. Using this kernel we get, so this is time domain, so spatial domain, and this is your frequency w of u equals to 1 by n into sigma x equal to 0 to n minus 1 f of x into pi I equal to 0 to n minus 1 whole power bi of x b n minus 1 minus u. So from this formula we are getting the values look like. So let us consider my capital N value. My capital N value is 8. N value is 8. If you take this weight value, find the matrix for G of x comma u. Find the matrix G of x comma u. And it's very easy, don't confuse. Of course, the formula is a big one, and if you substitute the values properly, you will get the correct values with in steps like this. So, what is my G of 0, 0? That means x is 0, u also 0. For suppose xg 0, u also 0. That means what is your formula? 1 by n. 1 by n means what is 1 by n? Your n value is capital N is 8. So n value is 8, and pi equals to I equal to 0 to 3 minus 1. What is the reason? Small n minus 1. Here small n minus 1 means what is small n value? How we are getting small n value? Like this. Here capital N equals to 2 power n. So how much it is getting? N equals to capital N equals to 8. So 2 power, how much it is? 2 power 3. So what is the value of small n value? 3. 3 minus 1. Okay. Minus 1 is same. Power bi of 0 and b2 minus I of 0. So it is equals to, what is 1 by 8 same? Pi is how many values? 3 values. 3 minus how many times we are changing? Your I value is n minus 1. Your I value is changed. Ith bit. So here minus 1 whole power 0. Minus 1 whole power 0. Like this. minus 1 whole power 0, minus 1 whole power 0, minus 1 whole power 0. How many times you will get 0? I equal to 0 means first one value is 0. Power 0. If all power 0 means 0 to 3 minus 1 means how many values? 3 minus 1 means 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, this is first component 0, 1, 2. 0, 0th component, first component, and second component. What is the reason? Here 3 minus 2 means 3 minus 1 means 2. Your summation is I equal to 0 to 2 only. So 0, 1, 2. And finally you are getting minus 1 whole power 0, minus 1 whole power 0, minus 1 whole power 0. So that means minus into minus, minus into minus whole power 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. So 1 into 1 into 1. How much you are getting? All are 1. So 1 by 8. So your signature is positive. Okay. Next time. Similarly use g of 0, 1. So what happens here? Your value is your n comma x comma u. In x comma u, x is 0, but u is changed as 1. U is changed as 1. So calculate again for this 1 by 8, I equal to 0 to 3 minus 1, minus 1 whole power ba of 0, ba of 2 minus 1 of 1. So instead of u, so here u. Your u value. So your u value is changed here. First value is what is first value? 0. Your first value is 0 and second value is 1. So this u equal to 0 and u equal to 1 changed. So definitely the values are again changed, of course. Correspondingly we can calculate 1 by 8 and 0th component, first component, third, second component. How many values? 3 values you are getting. And again calculate your 1 by 8 plus 1. So like this we are getting how many values? 0, 0 to last 7. So since your capital N value equals to 8, how many values we are getting? Vertically 8. So here we calculate the matrix of wash questions like this. So next, the second one, what is the second one? Here I am changing x value as instead of 1, 0, 1 and ul is 0. So use the same formula, you will get 1 by 8 plus. And similarly 1, 1, 1, 4. Finally you are getting G7, 7. Last component. So vertical components, horizontal components. So first initially we are calculating by keeping x equal to 0. Second time by keeping x equal to u equal to 0. So by using this formula we can calculate all the values as like this, and all the values are summarized as here. And one more thing, magnitude is same for all the values 1 by 8, but signature are changes. So here I am taking x is horizontally, for suppose x is horizontally and y is vertical. So what is the value of u? 0, 1, 2, how many values? Like this are getting 7 values. So 8 into 8, 8 into 8 matrix. So here simply we are forming 8 into 8 matrix, 0, 1, 2, 3, like this and 7. Okay. For this corresponding columns, what is the 0, 0? G of 0, 0? Initially we have calculated. What is the value of G of 0, 0? Plus. 1 by 8 into plus. Wait a minute. First one is 1 by 8 into plus. That means positive signature. What is 0, 1 value? 0, 1 value. So here first one is 0, 0 is plus, 0, 1 is plus, 0, 2 is also plus, 0, 3 also plus, and 0, 4 also plus. Like this we are getting values. Okay. What is 1, 0 value? 1, 0 means u value is 1, x value is 0. Similarly, what is 1, 1? G of 1, 1 plus. What is 1, 2? What is 1, 3? What is 1, 4? What is 1, 5? What is 1, 6? What is 1? Simply, there are some signatures are only changes, but magnitude is changed the same. So we are keeping like this here. Okay. So this is our vast transform one-dimensional matrix for capital N equals to 8. For suppose if your n value is changed as 4. So definitely what happens? 4 rows, 4 columns. That means up to 4 rows and up to 4 columns. Sorry, 0, 1 to 3. 0, 1 to 3. This is my matrix for one-dimensional head map. That means 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. Horizontally 0, 1, 2, 3, vertically 0, 1, 2, 3. That is capital N equals to 4. For suppose capital N equals to 2 means, that what is that? There are only two possibilities, 0 and 1. So 0 and 1 means like this. My matrix is 0, 1 and 0, 1. 0, 1 and that means all are plus. So as per your requirement of your capital N value, your capital N value will change. Wait a minute. So if N is changed, your size of matrix is also changed. So based on our N values, we can calculate all these matrix values. Generally, most probably we are using 8 into 8 image or 4 into 4 images. So that's why we have formed like this. So for this one-dimensional matrices, we have also extend this two-dimensional matrices like this. So one-dimensional matrices means and one more thing, this is only one-dimensional for a signal, but our images are two-dimensional. So in that case, how we are extending and two-dimensional means just g of x comma y comma u comma v. But previous case, g of x comma u only. If we extend the dimension y, then output is also extend v. So hence, this is our output. Instead of one-dimensional, we are using two-dimensional, and the formula is same but extended to two-dimensional. 1 by n is same and extended. And this is forward. And what about reverse? Reverse means your spatial. You want to get back. So here also two-dimensional vast transform pair is like this. So for suppose output is represented as w of u comma v, and your two-dimensional Fourier transform, vast transform is given by like this, and inverse like this. Okay, and the same formula, the same procedure is used. What is the procedure? Calculate the values W0, W1, W2. Okay, it will explain in next class definitely. So already time is 10:50. Okay. Once again, just I have to revise wash transform. Wash transform is very important. So wash transform formula is for one dimensional is like this. Simply, this is a formula. Remember this formula. This is forward and this is reverse. And this g of x comma u is represented, just the notation is same, but for the flexibility only we are replacing this g of x comma u as w of u. That is only. And remember, this x is input, u is output. X is input, u is output. Okay, formula is like this. From this formula, I am calculating for capital N equals to 8. So how many values? Horizontally 8, vertically 8. Horizontally 8, vertically 8. First calculate horizontal values and after first calculate horizontal values, calculate the vertical values, then you will get how many values? Vertically 7 values, horizontally 7 values with magnitude 1 by 8 of course. But signatures are changes. So plus minus like this. So those values are all summarized in a matrix form like this. This is our one-dimensional matrix. Okay. Tomorrow we will discuss two-dimensional, and that is also having formula. Simply we will see, and very easy also. After the calculation of your matrix, if that matrix is multiplied with your image, simply it is transformed into from spatial domain to wash transform. Spatial domain to wash transform. So here, okay, we will see in next class. Thank you. Anybody having doubt? Hello? Anyone having doubt, please? Wash transform. And of course, DF, one-dimensional DFT, two-dimensional DFT, cosine transform is very easy. One-dimensional, two-dimensional DFT are very easy. Don't worry. These are all already discussed in our signals and systems, and of course, digital signal processing. But wash transform is different. And of course, it is also easy by remembering this formula. If you don't remember this formula, it is not easy. Of course, it is somewhat tedious, but it is our requirement. Okay. By knowing this formula only, we can calculate this matrix. Once you obtain this matrix, just multiply with your image, and you will get our transform, that is wash transform for one dimension. Remember, until now only we have divided only one dimension, but two dimensional required for images. So that will be definitely calculated in next class. Thank you. Anyone respond, please? Audible or not? Hello? Anyone respond, please? Okay, thank you. One-dimensional wash transform is over. Tomorrow we will discuss two-dimensional wash transform. Thank you.
Okay.